Good evening. Welcome to Wrestling with Comedy. We are live throughout the country and throughout the world here tonight. I am your host, the real deal Joel Davis, former professional wrestler, MMA fighter, motivational speaker, and now a podcaster, stand-up comedian, and I am also doing what you know I like to do, and that is what we're doing here tonight. We're podcasting, and that's it. We got a guest here tonight that is a great guest that we've been waiting to have come in, and I want to give him the proper introduction, because he deserves it, and we're going to do it right. And I just want to say, here we go. We got people already chiming in. Let's go, Wrestling with Comedy. Thank you all for joining us here tonight live. It's episode 56. Again, I'm your host, the real deal Joel Davis, and our guest tonight's coming from Corpus Christi, Texas. He is KillTony Bucket Pull on episode 770 and 777 in a 7-week span. This man got pulled out of the bucket. I don't know if he was walking around with a horseshoe, but he was lucky enough to get 2 shots at it, and it gave him such a push in stand-up comedy. He's all over social media. He's very likable. He's making his ways up. He's a very hilarious individual. He's been the KillTony Bucket Pull, like I had said, twice, 770 and 777. You don't see that much. He's got so much coming up, including Friday, August the 28th. He's going to be on a big show, the KillTony Killers Show, over at Kiko's Mexico Food Restaurant in Cantina, 5514 Everhart Road, Corpus Christi, Texas. This man here will be there live. Just recently, he picked up 2 bookings in Las Vegas, Nevada, the city of sin. He'll be going out to the West Coast. He's done so much. He made his debut in the Improv in Houston, Texas, over there on August 20. Had a killer set up there. He's got so many shows coming up, including August 29th, the Green Room in Austin, Texas. Friday, September 25th, he's back at Kiko's Comedy Nights up there in Corpus Christi, Texas. On Saturday, September 26th, he's got back-to-back shows, the Donna China Latalo at Kiko's. He's doing it. And let's welcome here the Wrestler with Comedy. Let's welcome the KillTony Bucket Pull 2 times, Chris Longoria. Chris, brother, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, man. You got me over here. You got this dark Mexican blushing over here with that great intro. I really appreciate that.
Right on, man. I had no idea, man. I had no idea that you were Mexican. I just know you're one good dude. And let's just start right up, brother. You're living in Corpus Christi, Texas. Were you born in that same city and state?
Yes, sir. Born and raised. But I've made the decision to move to Austin, Texas here in the next couple months. So.
Wow, that's exclusive right here on Wrestling with Comedy. You got people here. I just want to let you know, Will Conway's here for you tonight. He says, here we go. Woo woo, he says. DJ Robbie Fresh says, let's go, Wrestling with Comedy. Comments coming in already. Thank you all for joining us. Chris, we got a lot to talk about, brother. You hitting that KillTony Bucket Pull on 770 and 777. You'd been going up there so many nights, Monday nights, traveling out there. Take the people through, brother. Exactly. I could see half smile on your face. It's just so rewarding to get that. I was so happy to see it. I actually reached out to you about a month ago or 2 months ago and said, hey, brother, I noticed that you got that pull twice. I seen you both on the KillTony. And the deal is that must give you such an uplift in comedy because stand-up comedy can be so almost depressing in a way and a letdown so many times. The open mics, no one's laughing at your material. No one really wants to be there, and you're hitting those open mics and you're putting your name in that bucket, traveling to Austin, Texas, Monday after Monday, not getting called, just getting kind of down in the dumps, and then bang, you get the 770 and the 777. Tell us about how many times you drove up to Austin, Texas, Chris, please. Let the people know how persistent you were, and how did it feel to get 2 shots in 7 weeks?
So I had been driving for 2 years straight, almost every single Monday.
Wow.
Going up from Corpus Christi to Austin. And Corpus Christi to Austin, that's about 3.5 hour drive. So about 7 hours every Monday. And that's because I didn't have Mondays off. I was working in the morning, getting out, getting home, taking the quickest shower I could take, and then driving up there. It was fun, man. The funny thing about it is, before I started doing comedy, uh, I had that wild hair because I've been a KillTony fan forever. I had that wild hair of, oh, I think I'm gonna start doing comedy. It'd be cool to be my first ever time doing it beyond KillTony. And I decided against that, which I'm glad I decided against that. I decided to learn how to be, and I'm still learning. I still don't know how to be a stand-up comedian yet. I don't think I'll ever learn how to be a stand-up comedian, but I wanted to learn a little bit of how to do it properly before I went up there. And I delayed the whole signing up for about a year. I did a year of comedy before I finally signed up. But I went to the KillTony New Year's Eve show 2 years ago and signed up there. That the New Year's Eve show was in Austin at the it used to be, when I first signed up, it was at the HEB Center. They moved it now to the to where the Texas Longhorns play. Signed up my first time ever at the arena show, and then from then on, I was like, I told my dad, I was like, hey man, I finally had the courage to put my name in the bucket. I'm gonna do this every Monday until I get on from here on out. And yeah, for 2 years straight. That horseshoe you're talking about getting pulled within 7 weeks, that is like the most delayed horseshoe I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm grateful for it because even 2 years in of signing up and everything, it was still a whirlwind that first time being pulled. So it was great. It was awesome. And you're right, the whole being demoralized and everything, that is very true because I don't know, comedians, we get this thing called imposter syndrome, to where if we're doing good, but we're like, if we're doing like the similar material or whatever, like the same clothes or whatever, you start personally getting tired of it, and you start like questioning yourself if you're funny or not. And yeah, uh, that is one thing. But another thing was signing up every week for 2 years straight. You start seeing the pattern of, all right, it's about an hour and a half into the show. I haven't been pulled yet. I'm not going to get pulled. And then on episode 277, about same thing happened. About an hour into the show, hadn't gotten pulled yet. So I was like, all right, start mentally preparing for this drive home of not getting pulled. Great. So I'm there and started working on the minute that I was going to do the following week because had decided to change my joke that I was going to do. Started thinking of that minute, and then out of nowhere, I hear over the loudspeaker, "Chris Longoria, your next on KillTony."
Wow. Wow. What a feeling it must have been.
It was insane because my buddy Ronnie Fryer, who also got pulled on episode 77 right after I did, he had been signing up for about a year, for a good amount of time at this point. He actually made the move up to Austin already. He's up there. Shout out my buddy Ronnie. He's on that show with me at Kiko's tomorrow. But he was there. My best friend Haley was there, and both of them just like, I was kind of in that kind of shock a little bit of, did I just hear my name right now? And they like got all excited and gave me a big hug and everything. And yeah, the walk from Shakespeare's to actually, before I even talk about the walk, shout out to all the people that work at KillTony because they are great people. Signing up for 2 years, people started like recognizing me at a certain point. The guy that calls the names over the loudspeaker, he saw me going up and he was like, oh shoot, it's finally happening. So he had recognized that I had been signing up for a while and hadn't gotten pulled. And then Colt, I don't know if you know, he's one of the producers, the guy that wears the headset on KillTony. He's been on KillTony a couple of times doing yo-yo tricks and stuff. He's one of the main producers there. He's the one that goes and grabs you from Shakespeare's and then takes you to the mothership. He sees me and he gets all excited because he had been seeing me sign up for the full 2 years. So he goes, oh shoot, it's happening. I was like, yeah, man. He goes, all right, cool. And he checked my numbers and on the wristband. Sure enough, it was me. And he asked me, bro, you've been doing it. You've been signing up for a while. How long has it been? And I told him the 2 years. He's like, hell yeah, man, go up there and crush it. And yeah, it was It's pretty cool, man.
Absolutely incredible. And people, if you don't know how it is to be up there in Shakespeare's, every minute seems like 30 minutes. You're just waiting. You're practically sweating just seeing, you're watching the replay from a previous show of KillTony on the giant screen with all the other comedians at Shakespeare's. And most people are getting sauce, drinking down the booze, and everybody's just waiting and hoping and cheering on their friends. But the idea of just the time seems to go by so slow. And then when you get 2.5 hours into it, and you might think, oh, well, that might be the last bucket pull. You get so down and out with it. But again, you don't really know how it is unless you've been through it. And this man right here went through this for 2 years, and he did the 7-hour round trip, and then he gets called on 770 and 777. If you just joined us, episode 56, Texas comedian based out of Texas, going to be making the move. He's right there in Corpus Christi, but making the move to Austin, Texas, stepping it up one more. He's going to be doing that soon. He's comedian Chris Longoria. He's got a big show coming up right around the corner. As a matter of fact, that show is tomorrow night. That's Friday, August the 28th. Chris, tell the people and tell everybody that's listening to the show tonight, tell them a little bit about it. It's called the KillTony Killer Show at Kiko's Mexican Food and Restaurant Cantina, 5514 Earnhardt Road, Corpus Christi, Texas. What that show all about? And are you prepared for that show, brother? You must be pumped up. You must be pumped up for that, man.
I'm real excited. I produced this show. I put the whole show together from beginning to end. Every comedian except for one of them has been on KillTony. It's headlined by former KillTony regular Ellis H. Ellis H is on it. Carlos Lopez, if you kind of recognize the name, he's the KillTony Cowboy. He's that cowboy.
I do. I recognize the name. I've seen him. He's a great comedian.
Hilarious. Carlos is on that show as well. Ronnie, who got pulled after me,
that's
he's
right.
on the show as well. I'm hosting the show. I put on these monthly shows at Kiko's Mexican Restaurant, and I'm hosting it. I'm gonna do about 10 to 15 minutes off top, and then bring up those comedians. And then also we have on the show, his name is Flaws. He hasn't been on KillTony yet, but he came highly recommended by Ellis H himself. And if Ellis is recommending him, I 100% trust him.
Right on.
He's doing a lot of real good stuff around Texas. So I put him on the show. And I have a little surprise that I haven't told anybody yet. A lot of times the comedians that aren't on the show will come out and just show support, and I love that. It's real cool. There is a second show going on here in Corpus that day that has San Antonio comedians on it, and those San Antonio comedians have already told me they're going to come to the show after their show. So I haven't announced it yet, but I'm going to do all the comedians that are there supporting the show, I'm going to ask them, hey, if the chance arises, would you like to do a 5-minute guest spot?
Oh, that's awesome, man. Yes. That's really awesome. That's gracious of you.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is if they say yes, I'm going to have them write their name on a paper and put their name in a bucket. And
shit.
Do one bucket pool and have the bucket pool be a 5-minute guest spot for whatever comedian gets pulled.
Hey man, you know what, and that's stage time, and stage time is very valuable, Chris, like you know. And 5-minute set, people don't realize. I mean, I myself, I went to Boston, Massachusetts not too long back, and did an hour and a half travel back and forth. Didn't get called till almost 1 a.m. and I got 3 minutes on stage. People don't realize that to get 5 minutes or anything better than 5 minutes, 7 minutes, that's just a real bonus. And for you to be able to do that, that just shows what kind of guy that you are, brother. And we got somebody here, Will Conway, asking you a random question for you tonight. What is your favorite drink at Shakes?
I usually try not to drink before performing, but if I do get a drink, I'll get a Crown and Coke or a Jack and Coke.
Okay, so there's the answer. Somebody needed to know that. You never know what the viewers and listening audience will ask. It's Chris Longoria coming here live on Wrestling with Comedy. I'm your host, the Real Deal Joel Davis. We here every Tuesday and every Thursday night live. And what a guest we have here tonight. I call him a super guest. He's one of the best. He just did a big show at the Lazy Beach Comedy Showcase at Lazy Beach Brewing back on August 14. Was that a big show, brother? And what was the turnout?
So the cool thing about those shows is that's a free show. We like to do a couple free shows. They're normally showcases usually has like 3 or 4 comedians from Corpus on the show. But every so often we'll do a quote unquote takeover show. And that one Ronnie put together, and he did a Austin takeover. The headliner or the guy that closed out the show was G-Pal.
Yep. He's good.
On KillTony, the same episode that me and Ronnie got pulled after Ronnie. So that was cool. It was me who got pulled, Ronnie who got pulled, then G-Pal that got pulled, and we all performed back to back on the show. So
wow, isn't that crazy? That's really, really incredible. That's a great story, Chris. And I do know G Powell. I know you've been working with G Powell and Daisy Hart. A few names here on your list here.
Daisy was great. Daisy killed it as well.
Daisy was on that show, so wasn't G Powell. And it's just so great to have a guest like you on here, because you can basically, and the people love to hear it. We have fans of stand-up comedy, fans of professional wrestling. Stand-up comedians themselves love Wrestling with Comedy. They don't miss an episode. Chris, let me ask you, as a podcaster, when I start saying that, brother, as a podcaster, I have to ask. You never know what the question's going to be. But as a podcaster, I have to ask you here tonight, what is going on? I heard they're starting to call you Crazy Eyes.
Yeah, freaking Tony. Tony asked me if I was on Adderall or on cocaine during my interview from that first episode.
I don't mean to chime in, but was that the episode that you had mentioned that you wore a Lucha Libre pro wrestling mask when you have sex?
Oh, no, that was the second episode. The first on 770, he brought up the Crazy Eyes, and Tom Segura kind of leaned into it a little bit. I was like, nah, man, I'm just very nervous. I'm just really nervous.
Yeah, it's just your passion. That's all it is. But it's one of those things that any kind of somebody that notices, like somebody like a Tony Hinchcliffe or anybody that says anything about a comedian, you're kind of nodding your head, my brother. You know what I'm talking about. It's still good. You just take it and run with it. That's
yeah, absolutely.
Chris, you did something not too long ago. You did some appearance, and it was a big appearance. And I just want to mention I believe it was Texas All-Star Pro Wrestling out there in Texas.
Texas Wrestling Cartel. Shout out. My family was
yeah, man. I got to mention something to you, brother. I mean, I'm a former pro wrestler at a Killer Kowalski School of Pro Wrestling. I came up with I came up with Triple H and Perry Satin, and I came up in '91 at a late great Killer Kowalski's. So I've been on the circuit for 18 years as a pro wrestler, 91 through 2011, and then I retired and I came back. Actually, 2009, came back in 11 and went through 2014. But what I'm getting at, the reason why I'm mentioning all that is I've seen a lot of setups, I've seen a lot of rings, and I got to tell you, that setup of the ring and how neat it was with the black and red and the barriers and everything, talk about pro. I was impressed with that, brother. And you went in there and you did a intermission, you did the intermission, basically a set of comedy. Did you get hit with a chair or anything? Any angles?
Oh, you want to know what happened there?
Don't tell me you wore a Lucha Libre mask.
Not for that one. But what did happen was, and shout out to Texas Wrestling Cartel, man. Like you said, they are the closest thing in the indies in Texas that you can get to like a professional setup that isn't televised. Like outside of reality wrestling, which is Booker T's indie, Texas Wrestling Cartel, I want to say, is the most professional indie in Texas. So I'm very blessed to be friends with them, or I like to call them my family. But
that's great.
He did give me 5 minutes during intermission. I performed, and during that, I took it upon myself to trash talk one of the wrestlers who had been on a pretty good winning streak, but the only reason he was on a winning streak is because he was getting help from his manager, and he was getting outside interference. So I kind of called him out on that.
Oh, wow.
He hasn't been getting help the past couple of matches, so he's been losing. So kind of called him out on that. He came out to the ring, told him, hey, man, I was a fan, man. I'm just telling you how I see it. And then he shook my hand and everything. And then when we went to walk away, he didn't let go of my hand and hit me with the cutter.
Whoa, he with a diamond cut, a DDP. Wow, that's incredible. It's Chris Longoria here tonight, episode 56. Unfortunately, we're about 9 minutes left to this episode. It's been so action-packed, brother Chris. I mean, we got 9 minutes left. It's just that the time is flying by. You got the comments coming in. Someone is saying, you're one of their favorites. So Robbie Fresh says, ha, ha, ha. Someone else is saying, that's awesome. Stage time is gold. Will Conway saying he wanted to ask about your drink so people know what to buy him when you kill another set on KillTony. So there you go. You got your people out here, brother. What an episode this is. We're going to talk a little bit about your Las Vegas. You're going to Las Vegas for 2 nights. But we got something called Dealing the Names. Every segment of Wrestling with Comedy, we throw 5 names at you, brother. You have no idea what the names are. I throw the names at you. Chris, just give me one word or one statement on each name. It's called Dealing the Names. It's going to be episode 56. And here we go with stand-up comedian out of you know where, Corpus Christi, Texas, the 2-time bucket pool, Chris Longoria. The first name on your list, former WWF champion, the late, great Pedro Morales.
Legend.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's a good way of putting it. The second name on Dealing the Names is Carlos Lopez.
Great. Amazing, hilarious.
Oh, beautiful. Like I said, one word or one statement. The third name on your list, Chris, tonight on Dealing the Names, Wrestling with Comedy. I'm your host, the real deal, Joel Davis. We're excited here. We got one of the best here. We have the stand-up comedian here tonight, Chris Longoria. He's on fire, so to speak. He's hitting it and hitting it and hitting it. If you're in the area tomorrow night, go check him out there. He's going to be out there at the big show at the Kiko's Mexican Food and Cantina in Corpus Christi, Texas. It's a big show. You don't want to miss that one. KillTony's Killers, and Chris will be your host that night. So that's tomorrow night. If you're in the area, check it out. The number 3 name is Mario Salazar.
Brother.
Beautiful. The 4th name on your list is Ronnie Fryer.
Day 1. That's 2. Homie.
No, you can say 2 words. Okay, brother. Or you can do what's the 5th name and final name on your list tonight, brother man, is Tony Hinchcliffe.
Hilarious.
Beautiful, beautiful. We got something else on this segment. We have this segment every pro wrestling, it's pro wrestling or stand-up comedians, whoever's on. We always have this. This is called finish the statement. I'll start the statement, Chris, and you go ahead and finish it. You have no idea what the statement is. No one knows what the statement is. Quite honestly, I don't even know what the statement is. I make this up on the cuff. Here we go, brother man. When I was growing up, I really wanted to become
a professional wrestler.
All right, brother. So that's you have that love of pro wrestling, and we're going to talk a little bit about it. We got about 6 minutes left. It's Wrestling with Comedy. What an episode this has been. We still have 6 minutes. Get those questions and comments in. They still keep on coming in. Someone's saying that's awesome. You're doing your dream, and that's what it's all about. Yes, that's correct. You've done so many shows. You were 4 times you were at the Mothership. You got picked on that big open mic at the Mothership 4 different times. 2 times KillTony bucket pull. So you performed 6 different times at the Mothership, JoeRogan's club. You're doing so much. You're going to make that big move, Chris. Let's talk about this. You know, when you've been a pro wrestling fan, you love stand-up comedy, but you got something coming up that's big. You're going to Las Vegas, the city of sin. How did this come about? Tell the people, they want to know.
I usually take an annual trip to Vegas. I hadn't taken one this year. One of our real close family friends of mine is getting married out there. But I'm the psychopath that decided to take a 10-day trip. I hit up my buddy Adam Dominguez that's doing big things in Las Vegas. He's a Vegas comedian. He's been on Amazon Prime. He has a special one there on Amazon Prime. He comes down to Corpus all the time. I hit him up and said, "Hey man, are there any open mics or anything that I could hit?" Because he told me, "Hey, forget an open mic, I got a couple shows for you."
Oh, that's so cool.
So we performed with each other in Laredo about 2 months ago. Shout out Steven Souza for putting us on that, and that's the first time you got to see me do my a decent amount of my set, and he really liked it to the point where he threw me on shows rather than pointing me in the direction of open mics. So I'm going to be up there from September 5th through the 15th, and I'm going to start throwing out the dates that I'm officially on here I think within the next week.
Yeah, man, you stay right on it, Chris. I noticed that we unfortunately didn't get to meet in person back in the last year, 2025. We were talking about it before we went on air. I was up there late April into the May, 2 different Mondays I signed up, but we will meet sometime because I'm planning on going back to Austin, man. I can't wait to get back there.
Oh, let me know. Just let me know.
Yeah, man, I want to let you know because I made so many good friends, and I consider you a friend after this podcast. Even before you can feel the vibe. It's Chris Longoria here tonight, and if you're around people, you got to check this man out. I mean, he's out there in Corpus Christi, Texas, but he's got all these shows coming up, including tomorrow night. We mentioned it a couple times. We'll mention it one more time. Kiko's Mexican Food and Restaurante, the Cantina. It's 5514 Everhart Road, Corpus Christi, Texas. This man right here on our show tonight, Wrestling with Comedy, he's the host and the producer. He's going to do a special surprise little bucket pull for one of the comedians in the audience, give him 5-minute stage, but he's got a stacked lineup of comedians, all besides one have been on the KillTony show. You want to check it out. You want to check this guy out because he's got nowhere to go but up. And you heard it here first by the real deal Joel Davis. What an attitude, a great attitude he has. He's got something else coming up there on August 29th, the Green Room in Austin, Texas. Friday, September 25, Kiko's Comedy Club back in Corpus Christi. He's got Saturday on the 26th. He's got back-to-back shows. You got a lot coming up, Chris. We got about 2.5 minutes. Brother, talk to your people and the people, because these are your people. Tell them, what you want to say, any shout-outs and any inspiration for anybody, because, stand-up comedy's not easy, brother, and if it was, everybody'd be doing it.
Hey, man, I delayed this dream by multiple years, and I really regret my grandfather not being able to see it. So if you have a dream that you're wanting to do, that you're wanting to follow, stop delaying it. Stop telling yourself that you're going to do it later. Just do it, because I did this a year or 2, maybe 3 years later than I had wanted to do it, and I fell in love with it the moment I stepped on stage. So don't delay it. Follow your dream. Do what you love. And you never know, you might fall in love with what you're supposed to be doing. And also, if you're not following me on social media,
get that out there.
Yeah, follow me at Chris Longoria Comedy on all social medias, or on Facebook, just Chris Longoria. You'll see, of course, a picture of me on stage. But yeah, no, Joe, if you ever want me to come back on, man, I absolutely would love to come out and actually geek out on wrestling next time, because I'm a big wrestling fan and have a lot of friends in the industry. So I would love to come on another future episode and talk with you again.
Yeah, brother, that could very well happen. It could be a part 2. It's Chris Longoria. He was here tonight, episode 56, Wrestling with Comedy. I'm your host, the real deal Joel Davis. We want to thank you all for joining us here tonight live. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit like on this episode, because I know it's been one of the favorites. I can see already by the comments. We do appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. It's Chris Longoria, episode 56. He came here. He was right here live right here from Corpus Christi, Texas. One of the future stars in stand-up comedy. Chris, brother, God bless you. Take care. And all right, we got you on the giant screen. I love it, man. And I love the crucifix over your doorway too. Chris, you take care, my man. I will see you soon, and I want to meet you soon out there in Texas, brother. You take care.
I can't wait. Just let me know.
Until next time, people, keep it real at all costs. Good night, everybody.